Hello, my name is Jazmin. I'm the teen librarian at the Mont Public Library District. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a few new teen fiction and graphic novels for the month of May that you'll be able to find here at the library. At the end, I will also be telling you about teen programs we'll be offering this spring and service hour opportunities that you may be interested in. Let's get started. All the Dead Lie Down by Kyrie McCauley. The sleeping house was very much awake. Days after a tragedy leaves Maureen Blythe alone in the world, she receives a surprising invitation from Alice Lovelace, an acclaimed horror writer and childhood friend of Maureen's brother. Alice offers her a nanny position at Lovelace House, the family's coastal Maine estate. Maureen accepts and soon finds herself minding Alice's particular girls. Thea buries her dolls one by one, hosting a series of funerals, while Wren does everything in her power to drive Maureen away. Then Alice's eldest daughter returns home unexpectedly. Evie Howell is every bit as strange as her younger sisters, and yet Maureen is quickly drawn in by Evie's compelling behavior and ethereal grace. But as Maureen settles in, she can't escape the anxiety that follows her like a shadow. Dead birds appear in Maureen's bed, the children's pranks escalate, something dangerous lurks in the woods, leaving mutilated animals in its wake. All is not well at Lovelace House, and Maureen must unravel its secrets before they consume her. Reader likes include She is a Haunting by Thang Tran and Where Echoes Die by Courtney Gould. As Long as We're Together by Brianna Pepins. Even though she has 6 siblings, 16-year-old Nova still knows what it's like to feel lonely. Her friends never remember to invite her anywhere because they assume Nova will be too busy overseeing dinner, baths, and homework, tasks that fall to her when her parents are at work. She wouldn't mind it so much if her perfect older sister, Ariana, wasn't always excused from helping out. She's the star of the volleyball team, and their parents don't want anything to jeopardize the scholarship she'll need to become the first member of their family to attend college. Needless to say, Nova feels like she's been given a raw deal, especially when she's forced to cancel a maybe date with her crush, Haley. Then one terrible night, their parents don't make it back home. A car accident takes their lives and leaves 7 broken-hearted children on their own. The Wilkinson siblings have no grandparents, no aunts or uncles. Since Ariana has just turned 18, she manages to convince the judge to give her temporary custody. If she can keep her family running smoothly, they'll get to stay in their home. If not, they'll be placed into foster care. Nova will do whatever it takes to keep her family together, but find herself in a constant power struggle when Ariana refuses to take her advice. Even once it becomes clear that they are all in way over their heads. Will Nova find her voice and summon the strength to do the impossible? Or will she be forced to say the hardest goodbye of all? Reader likes include We Are All We Have by Mariana Tamara Buchholz and Year on Fire by Julie Buxbain. Forever Is Now by Mariama J. Lockington. I'm safe here. That's how Sadie feels. On a perfect summer day, wrapped in her girlfriend's arms. School is out, and even though she's been struggling to manage her chronic anxiety, Sadie is hopeful better times are abroad. Or at least she thought she was safe. When her girlfriend reveals some unexpected news, and the two witness a violent incident of police brutality unfold before them, Sadie's whole world is upended in an instant. I'm not safe anywhere. That's how Sadie feels every day after vulnerable and uprooted. She retreats inside as the weeks slip by and relies on her phone to stay connected to the outside world. When Sadie's therapist gives her a diagnosis for her debilitating panic, agoraphobia, she starts on a path of acceptance and healing. Meanwhile, Sadie's best friend, Evan, updates her on the protests taking place in their city. Sadie wants to be a part of it, to use her voice and affect change, But how do you show up for your community when you can't even leave your house? I can build a safe place inside myself. That's what Sadie learns over the course of one life-changing summer. With some help from her family, her best friend, an online platform for activists, and a magnetic crush, she develops for the new boy next door. From Stonewall honor-winning author Mariama J. Lockington comes Forever Is Now, a powerful young adult novel and verse about mental health, love, family, black joy, and finding your voice and power in an unforgiving world. Reader likes include Punching the Air by Iba Anu Zoibi. Girls Like Girls by Haley Kiyoko. It's summertime, and 17-year-old Coley has found herself alone again, forced to move to rural Oregon after just losing her mother. She is in no position to risk her already fragile heart. But when she meets Sonia, the attraction is immediate. Coley worries she isn't worthy of love. Up until now, everyone she's loved has left her, and Sonia's never been with a girl before. What if she's too afraid to show up for Coley? What if opening her heart, Coley is risking it all? They both realize that when things are pushed down and feelings are forced to shrivel away, Coley and Sonia will be the ones to shrink. It's not until they accept the love they fear and deserve the most that suddenly the song makes sense. Based on the Billboard charting smash hit song and viral music video, Girls Like Girls, Haley Kiyoko's debut novel is about embracing your truth and realizing we're all worthy of being loved back. Reader likes include Imogen Obviously by Becky Albertalli and Always the Almost by Edward Underhill. I'm Not Supposed to Be in the Dark by Reese M. Nielsen. 17-year-old Araya Kiyanto dreams of ghosts. She used to see them too, but thanks to a special tea brewed by her grandfather, Aria's connection to the spirit world has been severed. Until a decade-old rosebush suddenly dies across the street, convincing Aria that something supernatural is beginning in her neighborhood, she aches to investigate it. But the rosebush sits on her ex-best friend Derek Johnson's front yard, and she can't question him because he hates her now. Araya doesn't know what drove them apart years ago, but she does know Derek's been acting strange for weeks, sneaking out in the dead of night to who knows where. Then, days after the rosebush dies, Derek begins speaking to her again. At least Araya thinks it's him, until she discovers there's a ghost inside of Derek that will take his life if it doesn't find what it's searching for. As Arya and Derek race to uncover the mystery, and another kind of magic takes them by surprise, love. But Arya has to decide how far she's willing to go to save Derek, especially when helping the ghost means tapping into whatever the tea has buried inside of her. For fans of White Smoke and Twilight. Where You See Yourself by Claire Forrest. By the time Effie Galanos starts her senior year, it feels like she's already been thinking about college applications for an eternity. After all, finding a college that will be a perfect fit and be accessible enough for Effie to navigate in her wheelchair presents a ton of considerations that her friends don't have to worry about. What Effie hasn't told anyone is that she already knows exactly what school she has her heart set on. A college in NYC with a major in mass media and society that will set her up perfectly for her dream job in digital media. She's never been to New York, but paging through the brochure, she can picture the person she'll be there, far from the Minneapolis neighborhood where she's lived her entire life. When she finds out that Wilder, her longtime crush, is applying there too, it seems like one more sign from the universe that it's the right place for her. But it turns out that the universe is full of surprises. As Effie navigates her way through a year of admission visits, senior class traditions, internal and external ableism, and lots of firsts and lasts, she starts to learn that something growing up means being open to a world of possibilities you never even dreamed of, and maybe being more than just friends with Wilder is one of those dreams. Reader likes include Just Breathe by Cammie McGovern and Unbroken by Marique Nikamjamp. "83 Days in Mariupol, a War Diary by Don Brown. A young adult graphic novel that captures the complexities of the war in Ukraine, focusing on the siege of Mariupol, February 22nd through May 2022, and the brave people who stayed to defend their city against Russian forces, as well as the resulting effects on global politics. A city ruined. In once quiet residential streets, two armies battle, driving people into cellars and basements, with little food or water, no lights or heat, dwindling medical supplies, shells and bullets deliver cruel, random death to the young and old, men, women, and children. This is Mariupol, a Ukrainian city, an early target of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Bordering Russian-occupied territory, the coastal cities seemed doomed to a defeat that would come within days, if not hours. Could Mariupol and Ukraine survive? As Russian rockets threatened the city, Ukrainians resisted, and with a heroic combination of sacrifice and bravery, the besieged city endured. For months. But it all came at a steep cost. With compassion and his keen journalist eye, Silbert Honor creator Don Brown illuminates the horrors of Mariupol and the depreciation of its people. Not seen in the city since World War II, he also shows the outside of Mariupol. The city's agonies were mirrored by similar events occurring in towns and cities across Ukraine. 83 Days in Mariupol reminds us that the bloody defiance shown at the Alamo, Dunkirk, Leningrad, and Thermopylae isn't confined to the past but has a violent modern present. It is a story of senseless destruction, patriotism, and grit against long odds. A brutal battle, those consequences still reverberate across Ukraine and continue to reshape the global political landscape. Reader likes include In the Shadow of the Fallen Towers by Don Brown and Hidden Systems by Dan Knott. The Books of Clash Volume 1 by Jean Luang Yang. Based on Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, and penned by superstar graphic novelist Jean Luan Yang, this first volume of this action-packed 8-volume series brings the characters from everyone's favorite mobile gaming sensation to life. See the illustrated exploits of one young hog rider and his trusted companion in an unpredictable tale of fantasy and adventure. Read their journey from no-good warriors on the battlefield to true heroes of the royal arena. Battle. When danger strikes, the village of Jazzy Pickles and its colorful cast of characters in this heartwarming and hilarious graphic novel based on two of the world's most popular video games. In this epic new series set in the world of Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, experience a laugh-out-loud tale of friendship and fun. America Redux, Visual Stories from Our Dynamic History by Ariel Alberg-Rigger. America Redux explores the themes that create our shared sense of American identity and interrogates the myths we've been telling ourselves for centuries. With iconic American catchphrases as chapter titles, these 21 visual stories illuminates the astonishing, unexpected, and sometimes darker sides of history that reverberate in our society to this very day. From the role of celebrity in immigration policy to the influence of one small group of white women on education to the efforts of progress on housing and the environment to the inspiring force of collective action and mutual aid across decades and among diverse groups. Fully illustrated with collaged archival photographs, maps, documents, graphic elements, and handwritten text, this book is a dazzling, immersive experience that jumps around in time and will make you view history in a whole different light. Reader likes include Stamp by Jason Reynolds and Rise Up by Crystal Marie Fleming. From Here, a memoir by Lama Moufleef. Refugee advocate Luma Moufleef writes of her tremendous journey to reconcile her identity as a gay Muslim woman and a proud Arab-turned-American refugee. With no word for gay in Arabic, Luma may not have known what to call the feelings she has growing up in Jordan during the 1980s, but she knew well enough to keep them secret. It was clear that not only would her family have trouble accepting her, but trapped in a conservative religious society, she could have also been killed if anyone discovered her sexuality. Luma spent her teenage years increasingly desperate to find a way out, and finally found one when she was accepted into college in the United States. Once there, Luma begins the agonizing process of applying for political asylum, which ensures her safety but causes her family to break ties with her. Becoming a refugee in America is a rude awakening, and Luma must rely on the graces of friends and strangers alike as she rebuilds a new life and finally embraces her full self. Slowly, she's able to force a new path forward with both her biological and chosen families, eventually founding Refugees Family, a nonprofit dedicated to the education and support of refugee children in the United States. Reader likes include We Still Belong by Christine Day and All My Knotted Up Life, a memoir by Beth Moore. This spring, for tween and teen programs, we are offering D&D, Art for Afternoons, Teen Building Challenge, Teen Treat Yourself. We are also doing 100 books before graduation, where you read 100 books before graduating, log them through your Beanstack account, and win prizes on the way to 100. For service hours, we have our At Your Service program, Grow a Little Love, Teen Volunteer Squad meetings, Character Pen Pals Letter Writing Party program, where you come in to write letters to children as their favorite character. If you wanted, you can also request a letter writing kit to take home and bring back for service hours. We also have book reviews and advanced reader book reviews, where you get to keep the title after reviewing it. If you would like any more information about programs or service hour opportunities, you can contact me at jwilkerson@lamontlibrary.org. Thank you, and have a great day.